Hello everyone. Today is the final test wash of the Bosch on cotton 90 with extra rinse, and I'm going to wash a bigger load this time, not only a very small one. I might ram all my cleaning cloths in as well if it's not bigger than a 3/4 load, although it doesn't have a big drum, so I think it'll be enough what I have prepared for it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be enough. I might even load it up too much. Yeah, it's going to be a big load for it. Maybe not cotton 90, I'm going to do them on cotton 60. I know towels shouldn't go on 60, but oh well. There's a few bits and bobs here that should not go on 90. There we go, that's a nice load for it. It's not an overload, but it's not a full load either. It's going to be probably a half load once everything gets wet. So I'm going to set it on 30, 40, 60, 800, extra rinse. Off we go. I have quite a bit of detergent here. I'm going to wait for people to join because YouTube doesn't really want to send notifications these days. I'm going to wait for some people to join, and then I'm going to talk about what notifications and what have I serviced with this machine. That is quite the water level. that is going to be a nice little load for it. I'm doing okay. I've serviced the Bosch now, and this is the final test load on it. And after this, I'm not going to be using it anymore. I've already recorded 3 cycles with it today. That's going on my other channel. 3 full cycles. I've recorded Easy Care 60 or Synthetic 60, Mix 30, and Cotton 40, I think. So this is the last load test. I've tried it with absorbent loads. It was okay, not the best. I tried it with a blanket. It did quite okay. And now I'm trying it with a big load. I've tried it with a small load as well. It was okay. Now this big load is the final touch. I know these machines heat up to 90 or very close to 90, so that's why I'm doing 60 only, because there's quite a few things that I'm not really comfortable with washing on 90. It does have a balance sensor. It does have a balance sensor, it's just not a sensitive one. It jumped today, so yeah. Well, not jumped, but it moved. This should be the default tumbling action of it on main wash, but unfortunately it has the wrong motor on it, so it's going to do the distillery wash, main wash action. Although it is quite a full load, so I don't think, I mean not a full load, but it's more than half, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to distribute. Yeah, I wanted to wash bedding today as well, but I'm just too lazy to change the bedding today, so towels and everyday stuff wash it is. I'm gonna wait for it to start heating, and then I have to take apart a Garenia dryer, because I have to change some stuff in it, and I'm not too happy, but whatever. I think the extra rinse on it does 4 rinses, although I'm not too sure. Oh no. A sock got stuck in the seal. That's pretty unfortunate. Once it starts doing the main wash phase, I'm going to turn it off so it unlocks the door, and I'm going to ram this back in. I don't like how when the drum is... It is on Aqua Plus. No, it's extra rinse on this one, I think. It's not Aqua Plus. I don't like how when the drum is too low, it rests on the glass. Oh. Yeah, obviously it takes longer than extra rinse, because it has to do 1 extra rinse. It's actually pretty intensive, although what I have to do now is turn the machine off, because there's a sock stuck in there, and I don't like that. So because it doesn't have a pause function, I have to completely turn the electronics off. I mean the electricity off. I have to wait for it to unlock. And when it unlocks, I'm going to throw that sock back in, turn the electricity back on, and it's going to work. And hopefully it doesn't get stuck again, but I'm pretty sure it will. They designed this so idiotically. Also, there's a little trick with it. If it doesn't unlock, ram the door lock and it will unlock instantly. So it's kind of like an instant unlock feature. Oh, hold on. I need to clean that bit off so it doesn't leak everywhere, because I'm not going to be too happy about that. Okay, and off we go. Exactly right. I was having a discussion with someone today, and I would choose... Oh, the motor got stuck. I would choose this over any modern Bosch-made appliance. Because I managed to do 4 loads today. This is the 5th load. And this load would have already finished by now. I just wasn't here. And So in total, one cycle takes like what, an hour and a half, something like that. And I've already done, this is the 5th load today. With a modern Bosch or Siemens, it would still be on the very first load with the anti-suds light on, and it would dry rinse and tumble with 20 RPM tumbles, and I would be raging and waiting for the machine to finish. And here's what I think. How on earth, 20 years ago, when this machine was produced, they could make the machine clean the clothes in 1.5 hours, and when you went out on the street, you could see everyone wearing clean clothes. This machine is not in any way, shape, or form worse than a new machine. Sorry, it doesn't clean any worse than a new machine that takes twice the time or more. My Siemens IQ 700, that very new one, a 2025 model, if I would have rammed this load in, it would first say it will take an hour, then add 30 minutes to the initial time after 10 minutes of sensing, then it would get down to like 30 minutes, then first interest, when it would add back 10 minutes, so we're already half an hour late, then it would suds log, anti-suds, it would take forever, then after it decided the anti-suds over, it would throw a notification on my phone, because it's a Wi-Fi model that is very, very important. It will throw a notification on my phone that I've dosed too much, even though it's an IDOS model. I've dosed too much, so sorry. Or a non-IDOS model throwing a notification that the IDOS is set up wrong. Then I would go into the room and have the machine spinning without the pump. Why, I don't know, because that's the anti-sud sequence. And then after 4.5 hours, when it finally decides it would finish, I would take my clothes out and they would be full of soap. So I would then ram the machine on another extra rinse, or a rinse cycle, with water plus and extra rinse enabled, where it would, again, not rinse with the adequate water level, and I would be raging like a lunatic again, and I have 5 more loads to do, and my machine is not competent enough to do 1, let alone 5. This one, which is not a good model, by the way, it's an 800 RPM, it has a shitty motor, it's a horrid model, but somehow it manages to do 5 whole loads in one day without me having to add water, without me having to rage over the idiotic suds lock and anti-suds things, without me having to do anything with them. Obviously it's probably going to suds lock at this load, so I'm going to turn it off and on to skip the thing. But still, if I would let this machine alone for it to finish the cycle on its own, it would most likely, after like 1.5 hours, it would be finished. I would come here and I would see clean clothes and well rinsed and well spun clothes. No limiting, balancing, whatever. Clean clothes and that's it. And that's exactly what I miss with new machines. Hey, take a look at the Gorenia Wave Active. For this load it would take a long time, and it wouldn't even rinse well, and then it would settle up on the final spin. Clearly, I am very, very unimpressed How would it not use the balance sensor? It doesn't just turn off. It's programmed into every single spin. No, no, it shouldn't have used the balancing sensor then because it wasn't unbalanced. I tried to test the sensitivity of it and I threw the clothes in on one side and it didn't spin. For some reason my 2025 made hot point. The balance sensor is not enabled on wool. Yeah, on wool only, but on every other cycle it is. My 2025 made hot point is that awful program that only on synthetic 60 rapid inverter clicks like mad, and if I pause and add an item then unpause it would die. Oh. Well, that's not very good. That's unfortunate. I think that full load 45 gimmick is horrible. Especially how it does only one rinse. How do you expect a full load to be rinsed with only one single rinse? That is beyond me. What was that little burst from the motor? That was interesting. New machines are just a waste of time and money. That's my honest opinion. Here's the inverter sensor that I threw snow in, right there. It's waiting for me to dismantle it. I'm gonna be back in just a moment. I'm going to read the comments in a moment. Okay. I'm sorry about bringing back the old machines like AAT and actual decent quality machines as well as Timmy program rubbish. Exactly. Here's the deal. I probably, if the machines would be Team Temu or Timu program, they would probably be better. Oh my god, this stupid mosquito is so annoying. Can it go away? I don't think full load 45 is really good. I don't think the motor's too happy on this one. It's not the RPM that's the problem, it's that it doesn't have a display and it doesn't have cycles that I like, etc. It doesn't have a jet system, it doesn't have a big drum, it's old. What made you repair washing machines? I don't know, to be honest. It's just that I have a passion for machines. So why not restore them? Yeah, I don't know what's happening with the live chat. Usually there's a lot of people chatting. I have no idea what happened now. It's at around 40 right now. Not bad. It's not tumbling normally. This is spin washing. Does it reach 1000? Yeah, it does. Oh my god, can this mosquito? It's so annoying. I don't want to smash the PCB in though. Come on. Baszom a kurva anyád. It died. How unfortunate. Yeah, I was supposed to take apart my sensor kit dryer. Oh. That seemed like 50 instead of 60. Let's see, will it suds log? I think it will. Yep, I was expected. Okay, I'm turning it off because it's going to skip to anti-suds. Let's see, does it retry? I don't know what's making that sound. Let's see, does it retry the spin if I turn the electricity off and turn it back on? Perfect! What the hell is this noise now? I'm really wondering how well will it rinse. It seems like I've adjusted the pressure switch quite well. Yeah, that's good. It can go up for sale. I mean, it is already up. That is perfect. Another refill. That's actually rinsing better than I expected. I'm about to go inside and smash my Wi-Fi router apart. I'm using mobile data to stream, but on my other phone here, I'm using Wi-Fi and it's not working, it's not sending my messages through. Hello, you haven't missed anything. It's just finished the first rinse. And it's rinsing very well since I adjusted the pressure switch. I wasn't expecting it to be that great. Really happy about that. Let's see, will it suslog? I think it will suslog on the intern, so I'm going to turn it off and turn it back on with the electricity. No internet connection, that's what my phone is suggesting right now. That's amazing. Let's reset the internet connection then. I hope someone's car blows up. How is it always making it be perfectly balanced? No suslog this time. Really good. Rinse number 2. Oh no, please don't get stuck there. Come on, Bosch, take it in. No, 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 it's going to throw it into the seal. Oh, okay, never mind, maybe. Oh? Maybe the other way. These bugs are so annoying. Oops. I'm just hoping it doesn't jam it into the seal because I'm going to be very angry. I'm gonna turn on the light, maybe outside, so the bugs don't creep in. Yeah, it's actually rinsing quite well. Obviously, it's going to refill. I'm pretty sure. Because that towel in the middle is still... So, that towel in the middle is still dry. There we go. Yeah, that's a great rinse performance. If it doesn't refill once again, it's okay. But maybe it will, because it refilled one more time on the previous rinse as well. But this is already an acceptable level, especially with extra rinse, so it does 4 rinses. I'm quite a bit of a rinse freak, by the way. I really, really love when machines use a lot of water. Or as some would say, I really love when the machine is so wasteful. Okay, yeah, there's quite a bit of bugs coming in here and they're really annoying, so I'm just going to ram them off. And I'm turning the light on outside. Really good rinse level. Drain, and third in-turn spin, I think, if I'm correct. Nem megyek, szerelek. Let's see. Can it be unbalanced this time, please? Ah, I'm turning that off. I want an unbalanced spin. I don't want it to rupture itself, I just want an out of balance spin. I'm great. I just don't understand why this machine doesn't want to go unbalanced with this load. This is usually a load all of my machines take years to balance. Well, this one, it's not taking years to balance. It doesn't even want to go unbalanced. Look at that, perfect balance. I'm going to be playing around with it until it doesn't go at least a tiny bit out of balance. Maybe I have tangled the load up somehow. Oh, my LG, that is not sensitive. Damn, that machine is so good. My LG, it spins almost anything. It goes haywire always. Okay, that's not bad. All the AI ones are not sensitive anymore. I think this is gonna go a bit bonkers. Come on, Bosch. Make some fun. Nice. Let's see, will it suds lock? I don't think it will, because I hear the pump has cleared it out. Really good performance from Bosch today. Yeah, the main wash was good. I've adjusted the pressure switch on it, because by default, it's horrible. This interim spin is 1000 RPM or 800. With extra rings, the first two in terms are 600, I think, and the last two in terms are, it should be 800, but the motor is not correct, so it spins at around 1,000. What I'm also going to do is probably do the final spin on service mode, because the service mode spins faster. It spins at around 1100 or 1200. Final rinse now. No, sorry, not final rinse. Third rinse. I forgot I have extra rinse turned on. It seems to have gotten less water for this rinse. Don't really know the reasoning behind it, but it'll probably refill, so it is not the end of the world. Maybe I have spoken too soon. Never mind. This is a really good daily driver. Especially for summer when you don't need dryers. Although I do still dry everything in the summer as well. Why don't you keep it? Because I don't really want any machine right now, because the daily at us is the Beko home is, so yeah. This rinse is so long. At least it feels like it. Yeah, the wrinkle dose is a classic. Same. And I used to love these, not exactly this model, but I used to love the display models that went to 1600, and I love when they went unbalanced because the drum moves so nicely. Also, when I was little, I used to love the Prological series. Now, not really, because I think they're useless. This is the final in term, and then after this final rinse, and then final spin. I might actually leave it to do the final spin as is and not play around in service mode. Although service mode spins better. But oh well, let's see how it finishes the cycle. And ramp up. On the final rinse, I'm not going to add the softener right away. I'm going to wait for the refill. And on the refill, I'm going to add the softener. I don't know what was that sound, but I didn't like it. Alright, final rinse. This is actually such a great daily machine. It's sad to see how Bosch went wrong with the new models. It's a 6 kilogram model. Oh god, I almost added the detergent instead of softener. I'm not going to ram it full of softener, I'm just going to add just tiny. If that motorcyclist falls off right now, I'm going to go ahead and stream it. I'm not gonna add a lot of softener because the Lenor softener I'm using is actually really concentrated. Okay, that is a good rinse level for a small load, and once it starts refilling, I'm going to dump the softener in. Which Lenor? Let me show you. This. Refill, please. Oh, come on, Bosch. Does it really not want me to add softener? Hello, come on. There we go. Good enough rinse level, but I would request one more refill if it doesn't mind. Although if it doesn't refill, it's okay because the drum is right below the door seal. Did I just say the drum? Sorry, the water level is right below the door seal. It's rinsed the water perfectly clear. Nice. Let's see that one last refill, Bosch. Come on, you can do it. You're not gonna tell me that you're going to use the least water for the final rinse, right? There we go. This machine just works like a charm. It's a seriously good machine. And I've nailed the pressure switch combo as well. This one doesn't bang and jump. Or maybe I haven't watched a load in it that bangs and jumps. But yeah, it's really good, to be completely honest. Also, I really like the final spin pattern on it. I really like the spin pattern on it. On the final spin. It spins out the clothes at around 1,000, stays there for a minute or two, slows down, and then another 1,000 bursts, even though it's 800, but yeah, like I said, the motor is not correct on it. Let's see that final spin. Performance was golden, clean, really good rinse, well under 50 years, only had few repairs. Oh. Yeah, well, this one doesn't rinse well on its own. I had to tinker with the pressure switch. But after I've tinkered with it, it rinses perfect now. How does it always find a perfect balance? That's what I don't understand. It did rebalance once. I've seen it rebalance only one time, but not on this cycle. And now it's going to redistribute the load. Mine never rebounds because I bring the springs and distribution system. Wow. Now if the clothes aren't stuck to the drum, it will rebalance, redistribute. And ramp up to max RPM, which it was this. What is that sound again? It didn't make that sound. Great, I have to look at what's making a new sound. Perfect. Obviously on the final spin before it gets sold. The clothes are kinda stuck. Okay, so there's basically no difference, it just made it a little bit more unbalanced, but oh well. And off we go. It's going to do a very nice ramp up, watch. It is quite a long final spin, isn't it? There we go. I'm not gonna wait for the anti-suds, I'm going to turn it off. Did I just say anti-suds? I mean anti-crease. I'm not going to wait for the anti-crease. I have trauma from anti-suds. My new blankets. Do you mind not making that sound? I think those are the springs. Okay, perfect. Now it's time to dry in my beloved Gorenje dryer, which uses probably 5 kilowatts for this load, and it'll probably take like 5 hours to dry, but Gorenje for the win. Right, what I'm going to do is unload the Bosch and load in the Gorenje. But I'm going to keep the camera here so I can see. Hello. I will keep the camera here so I can see what I am loading, and turn the SensorCare dryer on so I can see what I'm loading in, because that has a drum light which works, and that's new. That something works in the Gorenje. I'm going to be using the cotton ultra cycle on it. It did a great job. Yes, it did a fantastic job in a little more than 1.5 hours. It would have probably taken less if I wasn't playing with it. Just don't drop anything here in the garage because I'm going to be livid. I'm not going to stream the whole drying part. I'm just going to stream a little bit of the drying. Since I still have to clean up in the garage. So I'm going to stream the first probably 15 minutes of the drying. Are you kidding? You must be joking. There's a stupid bug that went into the machine just now. Okay. I'm carefully unloading the clothes, and I'm hoping I don't drop anything on the floor because I'll be livid and I have to re-wash that. Oh, the water tank is quite full on my SensorCare dryer. We need to do something about that. I'm probably going to pour it into this one and just drain it off. Go away, bug. I'm gently unloading everything. I'm really wondering what the outcome will be of this drying, because it will probably take an infinite amount. Actually, by the way, the spin performance is not half bad. I love Beko, I really do, But Beko spin performance is absolutely atrocious. This machine spins better with 800 or 1000 RPM than Beko at 1400, which is very unfortunate. Maybe because Beko's spin programming is atrocious. But I still absolutely love Beko. This seems orange. This was white. Okay. Not very happy about that. Okay, this just simply doesn't want to come out yet. Okay, that almost fell out. I've never seen a person unload a washer slower than me. It's just because I don't want anything to drop on the floor, because it's a garage and the floor is not very clean. Okay, that's enough for now. Let's just move it into the dryer. Sadly and very unfortunately. Anti-grease. Maybe I should have waited for the anti-grease because everything's tangled up in a ball. This idiotic, shitty Senzocare dryer turned the drum light off and I almost fell over. I'm about to smash it to bits. Shitty Senzo. Dryer of agony and despair. Almost knocked my phone over. Okay, perfect. Let's take a look at my trusty dryer. It's not trusty, by the way, because it's a Grenier. Thank you, Bosch, for your service. By the way, I'm just going to push the clothes down and you'll hear how unfortunate the motor sound of this dryer is. It can barely turn the drum. I'm just going to take a quick picture with my phone. If I can find my other phone. Yeah, here it is. I'm just going to take a really quick picture because I really want to see how I really want to post how shit and how inefficient these machines are. So let me just take a quick photo. This is how much I've loaded it up with. Okay, I'm going to reset my meter thing, which is here. Reset. There we go. Idiotic machine. Oh, hold on. Just for good measure, I'm going to clean the lint trap for good airflow, although this doesn't change anything on the airflow. I'm not very happy that it looks like this. How cheaply designed this is, it's atrocious. Lint trap. Perfect, it traps the lint not inside here, but around the door. Amazing. And everywhere else, obviously. A dryer of agony and despair. Which dryer are you? Why are you so obsessed with Senzocat? That's a very good question. In which are you drying? These are better than washers, aren't they? They are, yeah. But not every model is fortunate. For example, this one is not very good. Although it's the exact same model as I had. I had 4 of these already, and 3 of them worked. This one doesn't, even though it's perfectly clean. Okay, we don't need any of that. Temperature reduction. Just listen to the motor. Listen to the motor. It barely springs into action. Instant 2.5 kilowatts of usage. Nice. And this is going to take like 5 hours to dry. Is this a heat pump? No. Heat pump Garenias don't work, so you cannot use it. Anyway, really quickly I have to empty this out because it's completely full. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty it into the Bosch. Hopefully it doesn't turn the pump on now because it'll be mad at me that it's full. Hello. Bosch. I'm going to empty this into the Bosch and then I'm going to just drain it. That's approximately a main wash level of water that the Bosch used without me tinkering with the pressure switch. Okay. Garenia dryers are better than the washers? I don't know, to be completely honest with you, because some of them are really good, some of them are terrible. Let me just show you my personal dryer that I use, which is absolutely amazing, and it's a Garenia. Okay, this can go away, please, before it attacks me. Okay. I cannot enter my house because of the bugs. Go away, I don't want to kill you. Okay. Let's go quickly. So, this is my personal dryer. it's a shitbox, most of you would say, but it works perfectly, like really, really well. It's a bit dented, it's a bit fucked up, but it dries so extremely well and it just works. No display, no any stupidity. Set it on a cycle. This for every load I use it, and I usually press this as well just so it is bone dry. I use this for non-dark loads and that's it, and it dries really well and really fast. And this is the exact same machine as the other one downstairs. This is perfectly cleaned as well. It just works. The one downstairs doesn't work, but it's the same machine. I had the exact same model of that machine. This is the fourth one or fifth one, I can't even count them. All of the previous one was the Samsung in hole that you... Yes, that is the Samsung, we have to repair that. Okay. So, let me just read the comments for a minute. What I'm going to do now is put everything in its place in the washroom because it looks terrible. And I might start dismantling the sensor because I just feel like doing it right now. Maybe not. I'm not going to dismantle the sensor now. I'm just going to clean up the washroom a little bit. I really love your blankets. 7 minutes into the cycle, it's already used 0.2 kilowatts of electricity. So in 50 minutes, it's going to use half a kilowatt. Agony and despair. Okay. Let's put everything back. So we don't need the Bosch anymore, so I'm going to disconnect that. Bosch bye-bye. I'm not really great at organizing stuff, by the way. I have to plug my phone in for charging. There we go. Okay. This is the extension cord that I'm not, I don't need anymore right now, so I'm going to place that. Where do I place it? On top of the Verenier. That's behind the camera. This blanket can go right outside. I need to put the Bosch top back on. do have to still screw it in, but not now. My other phone, which I have no idea where I placed. Here's the charger for my screwdriver. I still need that. Extension cord, I'm on the extension cord. Okay. I still have to organize some bits and bobs, but it looks much better than it did before. This is a bit better because I can actually see. There we go, I almost fell over. I almost knocked my phone off as well. Again, if the motorcyclist falls off, I'm going to be very, very, very sad, and it's going to be a very unfortunate event, just not for me. Hold on, I need my fire. I'm taking this sensor apart one by one. Useless piece of engineering. There's so many ground cables that go to this one little bit that I'm actually finished. Okay, this goes into the parts box. I should probably take this out as well. I'm just not sure how exactly I'm going to manage that. I know I can press it from the inside or something like that and it flies out. that rupturing the whole sensor apart. Although it's not a problem if I rupture it apart because nobody cares about it. There's probably a way to take it apart, I'm just not figuring it out how. Probably not like that, but oh well. I'm just going to dismantle the whole thing because I do not care about it. I don't do it anymore. There we go. Nice and steady. I just popped it back in. Perfect. Look at how brittle the plastic is. One wrong move and you're wrecking the whole thing apart. That's not very good, is it? Yeah, it's breaking off. I would be more careful with it if we needed this machine, but we don't need it anymore. It goes away, so it's going to the scrap yard. It's a useless piece of engineering. So I'm not going to be careful with it at all. One by one. Actually, you know what? Why don't they just rupture the whole thing inside? There's probably a much easier way to do it. I just want to have some fun with it. Nice and easy. I'm breaking the plastics inside one by one, by the way, so I have an easier option, because that won't go through there, I know. But there's an easy option to get that through. There we go. Perfect, one more cable for me. I would throw this in the Senzo drum, but I know quality safety needs the drum, so I'm just going to throw it here next to the other pieces, and I'm going to collect them. Let me just read the comments, what was happening. Oh my god, this Senzo care guy, I'm finished. Wow, look at that quality. Look at that quality. I tried to take out the thing that goes in. Look. They stayed in. These completely came apart. Wow, quality, Senzo care, red hearts, love. Shitty engineering. Yesterday, or no, I don't know when, I tried to take the motor off. I don't know, EcoBubble, if you were here. I tried to take the motor off. Does that look familiar? The tub literally snapped apart in my hands. How shit can a Gorenje Senzo care be? How shit? The tub literally blasted itself off when I tried to take it off, because obviously they don't mount the motor normally like every other machine. I hate Wave Active with a passion, but I've taken off the motor from this one. I've taken off the motor that's inside. I've taken off the motor from Bosch. All of them came right off without snapping in half. So yeah, the tub just said bye-bye. Quality materials. This is great as well. There we go. I know the tub, I'm not supposed to rupture the tub because a quality CQD needs it, so yeah. I'm not going to wreck the tub on it. This is also going to the scrap. Do you mind? Yes, Gurenius cruise quality. Yes, blankets. I love my blankets. Just a moment, I'm trying to actually take the machine apart without actually like destroying the whole thing. And it's not working too well. It's obviously you have basically no space to work with the machine. Yeah, so you have no space to take this out, and also it's designed so well that when it goes unbalanced, it smashes this thing apart. This was changed, by the way, because it literally blew itself apart. It did one unbalanced spin and it smashed. Look, there's a when it goes into the hello. That's algae right there. Hold on a moment, let me just take this outside. That's algae. I don't like that. I'm just gonna throw it somewhere here. The algae. There we go, because I don't need algae. That looks horrible. So the drawer is moving when unbalanced. Yeah, it smashes the drawer if it goes to unbalanced, and it can rupture it, so it leaks everywhere. It happened on mine, this inverter one. Agony and despair. Okay, I should probably keep this, but I don't know. I don't think I'm going to keep it. I don't know, I'm going to leave that up to a quality CQD. Do we keep it or not? Garenia screws quality. Sensor is by far the worst Garenia line machines ever. Weak and tricky parts, but looks non-repairable. Yeah. It is repairable if you're a professional, but me as a hobbyist repairer, no. Especially the inverter ones. Or for example, let me show you. On the slim inverters, which is sealed tub by the way, you cannot replace the bearings without rupturing the whole thing apart. You also cannot change the motor out. Because this is exactly how much space it has. Now the motor's on, I haven't tinkered with it, I just took the screws off. This is exactly how much space it has to, for it to move. So if you want to take the motor off, you have to dismantle the whole machine, take the tub out, and then take the motor off. Now let me show you something. This motor, Ascol M500, that's the model number. Same model number from the other inverter sensor. Let me just show you. Here is the other inverter motor, which I've already taken apart. Here's the other inverter motor, also the exact same model number, exact same part number. Ascol M500. You cannot fit the exact same motor into here because look, this here they couldn't make this on the big inverter. They couldn't make it the same size, right? They couldn't put the mounting back a little bit. No, they had to make a whole different motor for the exact same inverter machine, exact same electronics, exact same everything. These are interchangeable, by the way. No, this has this little penis has to be 1 centimeter longer, this much longer. So you definitely cannot fit this into here, because if you fit it, it's going to be right against the chassis. Wow! They couldn't make it even better. On the Wave Actives, I don't like Wave Active still. I think it's one of the worst machines ever. On this, every single machine that has ever been built, inverter, non-inverter, slim, non-slim, whatever, the motors are interchangeable. I think so. For the slim, I'm not too sure. But for every single one, yeah, for slim as well, yeah. The slim ones, this inverter, full size, is the exact same motor that I have inside, which is the same exact machine, 7kg 1200, just the slim variant. If I take the motor out from this, put it into that, and take the motor out from that and put it into this, it'll work. If I take the electronics out from this, put it into that, and the electronics I take out from that and put it into this, it'll perfectly work because it's perfectly matched. Right? Yeah. On the Senzocare, on the other hand, also, watch this. The mounting. That's a 2013 or 2012 Senzo. The top of that will not fit on this one. Obviously it's a dryer, but they have the same top. It won't fit on this one, and this 2016, if I had another Senzocare right now, this same exact inverter one, just not a 2017 model, but a 2016 or 2015 model, which is a non-facelift model, the top from this doesn't fit onto that. The top from that doesn't fit onto this. It's the exact same machine. So the three tops are non-interchangeable. Perfect. Does the Wave Active have the same motor? No, it has a different motor. It's not made by... hold on, I have an inverter motor, I think, from... No, that's Samsung. This is the WS168. This is the 10kg top model Wave Active. And here is the non-top model inverters. So the 8 kilograms and 7kg inverters. One more. Uh-oh. I should probably not smash these up because I need these still. Okay, whatever. You can see, that is the motor for it. That is the Wave Active motor, which fits into this one, that one, inside the two ones. It will probably fit into this one as well, because it's so small. But on Senzocare, no. Why would it? Anyway, let's see, I think about half an hour has elapsed, a little more. Let's see how much electricity. Wow. So in half an hour, it used almost 1 kilowatt of electricity. And it still has 2 hours left. Also, I've enabled temperature reduction, but actually it's not that hot. Let's give it that. At least that temperature reduction button actually works. Useless pieces of engineering. So yeah, I'm very angry about the Senzocares. I should probably not close the door in this to let it air out. Energy rating Z. Yeah, it has B on it. Let me show you on my Insta story if I can find my other phone. I have absolutely zero idea where I put my other phone, the 8 Plus. I'm gonna sit down for a moment to have a little chat. Just I want to find my 8 Plus. Did I throw it on the ground or something? Surely I'm not that dumb. Oh, there it is. Let me show you something. One moment. You have 8 Plus and 13. No, I have the 16 Pro Max. I have a 10s Max and an 8 Plus. Okay, let me show you my Instagram story. For this load, crap. For this load, this is like 3 sets of clothes, t-shirt and a the thing I have right now. Hold on, this that I have on right now. 3 sets of these. Look at it. 1.5, more than 1.5 kilowatts. And that's disgrace. Oh, yo, okay. Then back. So this very small load, it took more than 1.5 kilowatts. Ne çap dasle. Oh my god. Just one moment. Okay, so as I was saying, it used that much electricity, which is really sad, right? Okay, one little cigarette break, and then I'm going to continue putting back together the washroom, not washroom, the garage, the workshop as I like to call it. And then I'm going to end the live pretty soon, because I want to go inside, and then tomorrow I'm going to come outside and continue my work, which is dismantling the sensor dryer, and yeah. So yeah, that's my rant about Gorenje. If you have any more questions about Gorenje, feel free to ask them. I'm really happy with the Bosch. I've put it up for sale already. I took some nice pictures of it. Yeah, it washed really well. Also, let me show you a jump today. I have a video on my phone, I think. Not really jumped, but moved. No, premium edition is horrible. It's horrible. You can see on my other channel. I don't know if you have saw it. I have a playlist on my other channel, Crazy Washer Boy. Go into playlists and Grenje Connect Live Premium Edition Complete Cycles. I had a premium edition. I just took the door shield off. Have I not made transcripts for it? I haven't. Oh well, whatever. You can see it fails on it fails everything. It's horrible. Salt lock on the final spin. It doesn't use the jet on rinsing. Eco 4060 fail. Mix fail. Cotton white, I think here it smashed itself. It limited the final spin to 800 or something like that. Or did it not here? Maybe it didn't fail this time. But the balancing system is horrible on it. Stain expert cycle. It didn't use the jet. It used, listen, a 3-hour cycle or whatever. It used, let me show you my Instagram highlights, Instagram story highlights. I have quite a few of the premium edition. I had it this year. Before the Aquatech, I think. Samsung. Okay, this was the very first thing I did. I smashed that shield off. Here I thought no jet action, because the jet was disconnected by default, so they forgot to put the connector on it in the factory. So I dismantled it, put the jet connector back on, hoping it would use the jet on rinsing. No, it doesn't. The Wave Active does. Here, Aquatech is better in some ways than the HomeWiz and worse in some ways. Full load. It sends the half load. So I restarted it. So it sends the full load now. But I haven't modified anything. It just sends the half load, restarted the cycle, sends the full load. So it has a chance of rinsing. Yeah, exactly. No extra rinse on this machine, which is an absolute joke. Yeah, limited to 1200 on the very first 1400 cycle. Fantastic. Suds lock. Skip the in-term. Suds locked. Skip the in-term. Final rinse. This is how it goes into final rinse. Watch. Final rinse. It just completely skipped the in-term. Limited to 800 on the very first attempt. So, very first attempt, it limited. Error. It makes a weird sound, you probably can't hear it now. Whatever, the inverter makes a very weird noise on it. Eco 4060. Here. I don't get why they market the jet so hard when it doesn't do literally anything. On the machine, you can see... Hold on, let me try and find a picture of it. Right here, it's a sticker saying Aqua Jet Wash, which means 40% better stain removal. No, it doesn't use the jet. Dry rinsing, okay, but it's Eco 4060. It's worse, yeah, it's worse than the Siemens, but it doesn't cost as much as the Siemens, so yeah. Listen to these premium sounds. Premium edition, right? Premium edition. It skipped the final spin. So I'm trying on spin only. Yeah, it skipped the final spin completely. Again, I put it on rinse, and after 10 minutes it limited the in term. And it gave up, it didn't spin again. It refused to do the final spin, so Senzo to the rescue. Sock sucking the steel, perfect. Watch this. After every program with a pre-wash, the machine goes into the old-style static fill for wash with a preset water level. In short, it uses the rinsing logic for the main wash, and after a preset water level there are no refills, just one tiny refill because of the water plus option. How they still couldn't program any sense into their machines after this many years is absolutely beyond me. Obviously, it's not pointed out anywhere that the machine will do pre-wash, so all the detergent can go right down the drain. How great! So on the machine itself you don't have a pre-wash option, neither in the application. You set it on a program, you don't see if it will do a pre-wash because there's no pre-wash icon on it, obviously. So if you load it up with detergent, bye-bye. And it uses the rinsing logic for the main wash after pre-wash. Again, turn the heater off, turn the jet on for one single tumble, and then cool down. On a 3-hour stain expert cycle, and they market the jet as for stain removing. Does it have a pre-wash program? No. You mean it does? Yeah, it does a pre-wash on the stain expert cycle, and I don't know which else. But yeah, you don't see it here if it does it. But yeah, on the stain expert cycle, which is there's a sticker right here marketed as better stain, 40% more better stain removal with the jet. On the stain expert cycle, one single tumble it used the jet. One single tumble. Final spin. Rinse so well, right? With the water plus option on. I overdosed accidentally. It glitched and did 2 rinses instead of 3, and it's now on the final spin, which will apparently take 42 minutes. It's on the final spin, and it's taking 42 minutes. Also, they market this as Supreme Silence. Let's hear. Supreme Silence. Water plus, absolutely nothing. Lots of water later. I had to spin it out in the sensor again because it refused to do the final spin. Final spin, suds lock. Balancing. Here I just got bored of it and I didn't even record anything else. And I was done with it. Find a machine that can actually wash, and then here Aquatech. Here's the Aquatech with the exact same load that the other machine couldn't handle, the Wave Active. Look, no suds locked. Here. This is what I hardly understand. Beko on a 4 kilogram cycle washes and rinses and spins almost double amount of clothes better than the premium Grenier does on a program stated for 9 kilogram. If I load the Grenier with a little amount of clothes, it will float around and cut off rinses and do no interns. If I load the correct amount for the cycle, it skips the interns because of balancing, uses no water, etc, etc. On that garbage Grenier, you just cannot wash any type and any amount of clothes on any cycle, as it will fail every single time. And exactly. So yeah, here's the... Yeah, I haven't filmed anything else from the premium edition. Yeah, and that's it. So yeah, that's very unfortunate. Did you sell that shit? Yeah, I did. I don't know why they're trying. They are trying to save energy, but they're just getting things worse. Yeah, exactly. Right, I'm going to smoke my last cigarette. Or IQOS. For today. And then I'm gonna go inside. But before that, I'm going to check up on the Senso Care. The dryer. I don't know if I have videos of the premium edition in my gallery that I haven't uploaded it. I don't think so, because I don't really keep anything in my gallery. No, I just have a TikTok video film with it. No, I don't have anything from the... Oh yeah, I do. Premium machine on 9 kg cycle. It does a burst, but sort of. This is a balancing burst, which is an anti-suds burst as well. Perfect, right? So instead of an 800 interm, it does a 500 interm. And here I had to pause it, so it redid it. So it does the interm again. Because if I wouldn't have paused it, it would have went into final rinse, just like that. Full of suds, because it doesn't do an extended drain or anything. Actually, not final rinse, actually, never mind. It would go into the next rinse with this amount of suds, because it doesn't do an extended drain or anything. Here's this trusty Beko with no balancing. Yeah, it self-destructs, but at least it spins. And watch, waterlock, and it handles it. It goes to max speed even with the waterlock. It doesn't cut it down to 500. But yeah, obviously this is not the machine's fault. I rammed everything in it and I pulled the door tab so it spins. So yeah, exactly. The premium edition is... What about the 168? That's just horrible. It's just terrible. You can see that on my channel, on the other one. I have a playlist, and I have a playlist here. Grenier Wave Active premium edition, or top model, this one, full cycles, and you can see fail, 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 everything. Fail here, Sudslock final spin, fail. Disastrous rinsing performance. Grenier Wave Active Wool, fail. Eco 4060, fail. And you can, when you click on the video, there's a transcript here in the description. So you can follow exactly what the machine does. On every single video I have that, except the steam cycle. But yeah, I have, on every video, you can see. Also, final spin. Great final spin. The anticrease is full of suds. Can you work? The anticrease is full of suds. And then end of cycle. Because on a cotton cycle, there's no interm. Fabulous, right? So exactly my point. Garenia is just a machine of agony and despair. What's your opinion on new backhoes? Well, I don't think they're good. Definitely better than Garenia, but unfortunately they're not good. It's a shame really that they messed up. Yeah, up to the new B Pro or B300 series, the old one, the backhoes are really good. Let's check up on the sensor and then I'm going to finish off today's live. Just one moment, please. Let's see. Let's see how it's doing. One hour has elapsed. 1.3 kilowatts. Not good. It's probably going to use like 4 kilowatts for this cycle, and that's a lot. Anyway, that's it for today's live stream. I'll still have to put everything back on its place, but oh well. That's it for today's live stream, and thank you all for joining. I don't know when I will do another live stream. Maybe soon, maybe not. And yeah, goodbye.